At this time, we ask that you please remain standing, remove your hats, and stand at attention as Kelly Sharp, a Big Sticks host family since 2018, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular albums bursting in air can prove through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of liberty and the home of the brave?
Hello everyone and welcome to Dickinson, North Dakota, where we're inside Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Today it's the series finale between the Badlands Big Sticks and the Spearfish Sasquatch as the Big Sticks look for the series sweep. Hello once again and welcome inside DCB&T. The Badlands Big Sticks have fought harder than Mike Tyson in this series to claim 2 straight victories over the Spearfish Sasquatch. In Game 1, it was a scoring barrage as the Big Sticks put 12 on the board and got their first home run of the year courtesy of Danny Rogers. Last night in Game 2, it was a dramatic comeback as the Big Sticks were down 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning but found incredible form to secure a series-clinching win. Today for the Big Sticks, it's all about putting a cherry on this baseball Sunday with a series sweep. For the Sasquatch, they've got to find consistency in both hitting and pitching, and this game is another chance to find their missing identity in this young ILB season. It's now time for your starting lineups for both sides, which we will look at momentarily. First up for the Spearfish Sasquatch, leading off will be the second baseman, Luis Reyes. Then it's first baseman, Jack Naylor. Right fielder, DJ Van Atten is followed by designated hitter, Christian Soto. Then it's center fielder, Daniel Thiessen, left fielder, Trey Vorwald, third baseman, Parker Bledgy, and then shortstop, Chaz Crook, and catcher, Keegan Weston. The starting pitcher for tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch will be Julio Romero, and of course led by head coach, Jared Hunt. For the Big Sticks, leading off will be center fielder Quade Peters, followed by left fielder Joe Osborne. First baseman Cooper Hill, right fielder Danny Rogers, designated hitter Preston Jones, catcher Isaac Huddle, shortstop Balas Buckmaster, Alex Erlob in its second base tonight, and finally third baseman Troy Berg. The starting pitcher for tonight is Kobe Krenz, the local product out of Dickinson, North Dakota, and they are led by assistant coaches Cameron Guevara and Michael Cavini. And it's just about that time to get down to brass tacks. The Big Sticks looking for the series sweep against the Spearfish Sasquatch, who are currently 0-2 in this ILB season. A lot at stake for both teams. Momentum for this young season. Remember, whoever finishes first in the first half of the season will clinch a playoff spot. So this game and this series means all the more for it for both sides. Right now, the ILB standings showing a very interesting story. Big Sticks up 2-0 in their division. The Zap are currently 0-2, followed by the Sasquatch at 0-2, and the Sockeyes have not played a game as of yet. Then it's the Fremont Moo leading their division, followed by the Hastings Sodbusters at 0-2, and the Casper Spuds, who also have yet to play. So as you can see, this game will mean all the more for it. And for the Sasquatch, as I mentioned earlier, pitching has been something that they have struggled with all series long. They're going to need a lot more consistency to come away with the win. Of course, they had a 5-run lead in the bottom of the 7th last night, but could not secure a victory. Let's see if they can find it. We'll start with the Sasquatch batting order. It's Luis Reyes. First action from the mound this weekend for Kobe Krenz. And Krenz's first pitch is a strike slider. 0-1 count. Yet another slider to the outside, renders it a 1-1. Krenz, of course, in his 3rd year here in Dickinson, North Dakota. Sends this one high into center field. That'll be a base hit for Luis Reyes. And Reyes wants second base. Not going to quite get it. He'll travel back to first. But the Sasquatch get just the start they needed with Luis Reyes, who gets a base hit. And they're going to need more of those if they want to take down the Big Sticks tonight. So one hit already led up for Kobe Krenz. And now we'll see if the Sasquatch can keep it going with Jack Naylor. Another slider from Krenz, and that's a strike. 0-1 count. Pick off back to first, and Luis Reyes is safe. Oh-1 coming up. Another deep slider, well to the outside for the 1-1. And you see Krenz trying that pitch a lot early. He specializes in those plus sliders and has done that a lot tonight. Looking for more of those as the night goes on, only in the strike zone. This one sent over towards third, picked up, over to second, that's an out, looking for the double play. Yes, sir! Just like that, the Badlands Big Sticks get the double play. Some beautiful passing on that one. It was Troy Berg who's playing third base tonight, sent it over to second to Alex Erlop, who then sent it over to first, and the Big Sticks cleaned up. So 2 quick outs. And now DJ Van Atten comes on for the Sasquatch. On a windy day, folks. So windy, in fact, that pigs could actually fly. 1-0 count. High fly ball into foul territory. And this one will quickly go into the stands, out of the ballpark, onto the roof, into the parking lot. Broken glass for somebody. 1-1 count. Van Atten, the right fielder from Ada, Oklahoma, plays out of Southern Nazarene University. He's got a 1-1 count. Another slider for Krenz, this one a high arcing pitch. And a beautiful strike. Kobe Krenz laying him on early. DJ Van Atten still has yet to secure a hit in this series, although he does have 1 RBI in 8 at-bats. Still looking for that missing piece. This one slammed high in the air, another foul ball directly over our press box and out of play. We now have a 2-2 count.
That foul ball brought to you by Infinity Real Estate Group, LLC. Visit with the Infinity Real Estate Group for all of your real estate needs.
2-2, no runners on base. Another foul ball, again, right over our press box. DJ Van Atten definitely wants to give us a souvenir.
Brought to you by Justin Glass. Justin Glass can fix that. Give them a call or visit.
Still 2-2 with 2 outs. Krenz trying to lock down this frame. Here's the pitch. Another slider to the outside. Too high, and that renders it a full count of 3-2. Here's Kobe. This one sent over towards third base, picked up, going to first, looking for the out. Yes, sir, they've got it. Some beautiful infielding by the Badlands Big Sticks, especially well done by Troy Berg, who's new to the third base spot, but he's playing it like a veteran. He sends it over for the out, and the Big Sticks get out of this without any runs being given up. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more baseball action. The Big Sticks at-bats are up next.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
For working on your swing, learning the game of golf, watching a sporting event, or just relaxing and having a drink, the newly renovated Just Golf in Dickinson is just the ticket. Featuring a 4-site golf simulator and a great lounge area with beer, wine, and other drink options available. Just Golf is a great option for any get-together. Book a time online at justinglassnd.com or call us at 483-JUST. For a premium indoor golf experience, Just Golf is just what you need.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Back in Dickinson, North Dakota, the Big Sticks infielding with some fantastic play in the top of the first inning. Some solid pitching as well from Kobe Krenz, starting pitcher tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks. Keeps this game at 0-0. Now the Big Sticks at-bats have an opportunity to respond. Leading off will be last night's MVP, Quade Peters, who has had himself a solid start to the season thus far. Looking to add to his overall stat totals. 10 at-bats, he has a .400 batting average, 4 hits, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs on the year. And the sophomore outfielder from West Fargo, North Dakota, looks to add to it. Here's the first pitch in the bottom of the first. This one sent in for a nice strike on the cutter. Starting pitcher for tonight for the Spearfish Sasquatch is Julio Romero. Making his first start for the Sasquatch. He's got no 1 count. This one well to the inside. First ball and a 1-1. The Sasquatch have needed consistent pitching, and Romero has been regarded as one of the better pitchers that Spearfish has. This one sent over towards third base. Peters trying to make it to first in time, but he's not going to have enough speed. And the Sasquatch are going to get a quick out. A nice throw and good accuracy from Parker Bledgy as he sent it over to Jack Naylor. Spearfish also changing up their lineup just a bit with the infield, trying to solve some of the fielding problems that they had last night. So nothing doing for Quade Peters. Joe Osborne, the conductor of the crazy train, is next up for the Big Sticks. And this one behind Osborne's back. Almost turned into a backstabbing pitch. Ends up staying away, but it is easily a ball and a 1-0 count. This one low. A second straight ball for Romero. Romero is a sophomore RHP from Los Lunas, New Mexico. Plays for Wabansie Community College, which is the same as Chaz Crook. 2023, he had a 1-3 record for Wabansie. Fastball, and that will be a strike for 2-1. Had 15 innings pitched, 16 hits, 18 runs, a 10.20 ERA, and 15 strikeouts. Trying to make his own legacy in Spearfish. This one fouled over towards the Big Sticks dugout. Was the number 3 ranked pitcher in New Mexico coming out of high school, played for Valencia High School, the number 4 pitcher overall in the state. Romero played for the Bismarck Larks in 2022, and he was solid in his play. Trying to add to it. Another cutter to the inside, and now a full count for Joe Osborne. 3-2. And he's going to foul this one, as that will go behind the catcher, Keegan Weston, who's back in the catcher role tonight after he was taken over by Rosales of the Spearfish Sasquatch in last night's matchup. Full count. There were a few pitches that got past Rosales and could have prompted this change. Spearfish needing some consistency in every manner. 3-2 with one out. Here's the Osborne payoff. And Osborne is going to get walked. Joe Osborne is headed to first base. And the Big Sticks have their first base runner of the game. Bit of an unorthodox way to do it, but they get the job done nonetheless. Next up, it'll be Cooper Hill, the first baseman for the Big Sticks tonight. And Cooper Hill, a very solid hitter in his 8 at-bats. He has a .250 batting average, 2 hits, 1 RBI, and 2 runs. Looking for hit number 3 right here. Had a very solid game 2 after a somewhat tepid game 1. And here comes the lefty. And as you just saw, that can sometimes trip up right-handed pitchers such as Romero. He sent a high arcing curveball to the outside. A 1-0 count. Here's Hill. This one brought in by Keegan Weston. Result in a 1-1. Here's a quick view of Joe Osborne, already standing pat at first base. Here's Coop. Swing and a miss. Hill catches nothing but air, and that's a 1-2. Sasquatch looking for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning, as Hill steps back into the box. One out, runner on first. And that a dead-on fastball results in a 2-2. And Hill now with a little bit more leeway to work with. How aggressive will he be with this next at-bat opportunity? Have to balance that. To the outside it goes. That will be a ball. And now a full count for Cooper Hill, and Julio Romero in danger of walking his second straight Big Sticks at-bat. The payoff now coming for Cooper Hill. Hill's going to foul this one back. It goes well outside the stadium and into the parking lot once again.
By Weston Denton Legend Auto Body. Got a good thing from that foul ball. Better call Weston Denton Legend Auto Body.
Hill with another opportunity coming up. And again, the Big Sticks extending these at-bats, wearing out these pitchers quicker. A very sound strategy. Maybe not even so much intentional, but almost like a subconscious thing for these hitters. And it does help them out tremendously as the game wears on. Pitchers get more and more of a noodle arm. Swing and a miss, and Cooper Hill gets struck out. The first K of the day for Julio Romero.
Left fielder, number 14, Danny Rogers.
So Romero gets a K, and that is a good start for him. He now has 2 outs with the Spearfish Sasquatch here in the bottom of the first, but he has to contend with perhaps the best batter here with the Badlands Big Sticks in Danny Rogers. A team leading 7 RBIs thus far on the year. Also leads the team in hits with 5 overall. His first swing is a miss. It results in an 0-1 count. Rogers, of course, a junior catcher from Grayslake, Illinois. He's been named to the D3 Player of the Week team in the past. As this one is brought in and bobbled by Keegan Weston. Picks it right back up. Rogers even led his team in Lorace College to being ranked in 2022. He played in 19 games last year with the Big Sticks, 13 runs, 20 hits, 10 RBIs, and he stole 13 bases. Not to mention the BA of .308. and he is on pace to even smash that this year. He's got a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Big Sticks still searching for their first run, which would be the first run overall thus far in this game. Series finale between the Big Sticks and the Sasquatch. And a beautiful slider. 2-2 count now. The wind very much still a factor like last night. According to some, there were chances of rain coming in. Doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon, but something to watch out for as this one is sent high towards left field, but quickly goes out for a foul. And that'll go into the neighborhood and might end up winding up on somebody's front doorstep. So we stay at 2-2. Danny Rogers looking to bust this game wide open. Normally you might see a sac bunt or sac fly here, but I doubt he'll want to go for that. Instead, he's going to send it towards right field. Should be an easy out, and it is. Spearfish Sasquatch take care of business, and that will end the first inning. Neither team able to capitalize. Some great fielding from both sides, and we remain deadlocked at 0-0. Come right back. Spearfish will have a chance up to bat when we return.
You all heard the saying, if you go paperless, you can save a tree. Well, when you go paperless with Consolidated, not only will you save a tree, but you'll also save time and money with auto pay and paperless billing. Sign up today and get a one-time credit up to $10 and a chance to win $150 more. This offer is for residential customers only. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires June 30th. Auto pay and paperless billing. Sign up today by calling 483-4000. Consolidated. Reach the world from here.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing.
To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Welcome back to majestic DC B&T Ballpark. Badlands Big Sticks Spearfish Sasquatch in the series finale in this opening series week in the ILB. Big Sticks looking to become the first 3-0 team here in this young ILB season as they push for their first ever Independence League title. The Spearfish Sasquatch looking to throw a wrench into that plan. Christian Soto, the next man up to bat, the DH for the night for Spearfish. Fouls this one up and over, almost into the Spearfish bus, and again into the local neighborhood here in Dickinson. That brings it to an 0-1 count. Kobe Krenz looking to add to his already esteemed legacy here in Dickinson. Krenz has been a very solid player in his time overall. Already in his 3rd year, plays for Dickinson State. Sends that one in for a sliding strike. He's got a 1-2 count. This one fouled off towards the backstop. And we now move to a 2-2 count. Krenz was the top pitcher for Dickinson State this past year, 4.94 ERA, 5 wins and 63 strikeouts. As that one results in us staying at the 2-2. This one sent towards right field, cannot be properly fielded, and that is going to be another base hit for the Spearfish Sasquatch, their 2nd hit of the night, and this time it's Christian Soto who gets the honors. Joins Luis Reyes in that department, and Kobe Krenz is allowed 2 tonight. So thank you. Next, here comes Daniel Thiessen. The Upper Iowa University product, plays out of Sterling, Colorado. Already has a 2-run home run in this series, which was by way of Game 1. High arcing pitch by Krenz results in a 1-0. 2022, Krenz had an ERA of 2.39, 26.1 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts, and a 1-0 record. Gave up 7 runs, and by the way, he also went to Dickinson High School. He is about as Mr. Dickinson as they get. Sends that one back over to first base for the pickoff. And his hit last night as a batter, came in as a pinch hitter, was able to deliver the Big Sticks the lead by way of Joe Osborne, and he wants more heroics tonight. High arcing pitch, and a second ball for a 2-1 count. Christian Soto currently on base. Sasquatch have 2 hits, but have not been able to get past first thus far. Another slider, another strike. And that'll be 2-2 for Kobe Krenz. When he's on the mound, he has a mentality very similar to another Kobe in the way he approaches baseball and how he attacks these batters. And he is gonna get a strikeout, his first of the night. Beautiful stuff from Kobe Krenz. Let's take another look at it. Beautiful, as he delivers the curveball right down, gets the strike and the out, the first here in the top of the second. So next up, it will be Trey Vorwald, the left fielder. Vorwald's had 4 at-bats, a .500 batting average. Still has no hits, but does have a run. Wants to get his first hit right here, but against Kobe Krenz, it's easier said than done sometimes. Vorwald playing left field tonight, played right field in game 2. This one delivered for another strike. And Kobe Krenz is heating up. And if Krenz starts feeling it, look out below. Danger will definitely be afoot. This one high in the air, heading towards foul territory, coming down, and an easy out. Brought in by the first baseman for the Big Sticks. Great catch that time by Cooper Hill. And that will be the second out for the Badlands Big Sticks here in the top of the second. Parker Bledgy, the next man up. Sasquatch still have Christian Soto at first base. No team has attempted to steal yet. With Soto's speed, I wouldn't be surprised if Spearfish goes for it. Big slider again. Kobe Krenz's favorite pitch. Gives us a 1-0. Another big slider. And it kind of misdirects the batters whenever Kobe Krenz throws those sliders. It's so hard to actually hit one of those. And even if you do, there's only so much you can do with that kind of pitch normally. The 2-0 count. And this time a cutter for a strike. 2-1. Bledgy with 6 at-bats, but he has no hits or anything to speak of thus far. He's been a lone wolf in that sense, but he wants to join the hit club. He'll send this one high towards right field. Going to come down in between first and second. Who wants it? It is going to be brought down by Alex Erlob. Erlob playing second base tonight, but he gets the nice out, looking like a shortstop with that catch. So again, Spearfish is denied any farther than first base, and we remain deadlocked at 0-0. The Big Sticks will be back up to bat when we return.
My car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
We got one already far along, about ready to run back.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, live here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks getting ready for their next at-bat with Preston Jones, the DH. Neither team currently able to solidify a run in these first 3 half innings. Kobe Krenz with some solid pitching, as well as Julio Romero for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And we now head to the bottom of the second, but the Big Sticks have an opportunity for a big response. Preston Jones, the DH for the night, as I mentioned. 7 at-bats thus far. Best batting average on the team, .571. He's going to send this one towards the mound. He's got some wheels. He's going to use them, but it's not going to matter. He gets the out, and the Spearfish Sasquatch are going to send him back to the dugout. So a quick out for Preston Jones. Nothing doing. And Isaac Huddle, the catcher, will be the next man up. And Huddle, another player for the Big Sticks who's had his ups and downs, but in 6 at-bats, he has a .333 batting average, 2 hits, 1 double, and 3 runs. Here's Huddle. As that is a fastball delivered low for the 1-0. One out, no runners on base. And a cutter. And that will be a 2-0 count. Or a 1-1 rather. Late call by the umpire. 1-1. And that will be a slider for a ball. Gives us the 2-1. And Isaac Huddle still awaits. This one bobbled and collected by Keegan Weston. Luckily, no runners on base, or the Big Sticks could have had an opportunity. 3rd straight ball for Julio Romero. A 3-1 count. And Huddle, the freshman catcher from Mandan, North Dakota, with a chance to pounce. Huddle playing his 2nd game as a catcher in this series. He'll send this one over towards right field, collected, brought in, going for the out. They've got it once again. The Sasquatch infield taking care of business. Jack Naylor brings it in. The toss delivered by Luis Reyes. And now 2 outs for the Sasquatch as Balas Buckmaster makes his first appearance of the night at bat. And Balas, another player who's in a bit of a unique position tonight for Badlands, playing shortstop. And we'll see if the Anchorage, Alaska product can be the solution to the problem of the Big Sticks batters. That one delivered for a ball, results in a 1-0 count on the 66-mile-per-hour pitch. Swing and a miss for Buckmaster. A 1-1 count. Balas has had 9 at-bats thus far through 2 games. Has a .222 batting average, 3 RBIs and a run. Also with 2 hits. He wants number 3. Not going to happen yet, as that will result in a 2nd ball. 2-1 count now for Julio Romero. Romero already with 1 K. Looking for his 2nd strikeout right here. The 2-1. Another deep slider, and that will make it a 3-1 count. Here's Balas. Another slider. This time it's a strike, and Julio Romero has brought it to a full count. And the anticipation builds. Balas Buckmaster, a historic Alaskan player, trying to channel that spirit right here. Make more history tonight. Full count, payoff. And he is going to walk Balas Buckmaster a free trip to first base. Take it any way you can get it, Balas. He gets to first, and the Big Sticks will now have another runner on base. He'll be followed up by Alex Erlob, the second baseman tonight. And that is the second walk issued by Julio Romero tonight. Also walked Joe Osborne in the bottom of the first. Show goes on tonight with Alex Erlob. Fastball and a strike. 80 miles per hour for the 0-1. Big Sticks already have 2 outs to work with. Not much leeway for Erlob. He'll send this one over towards second. Should be an easy field. It is. It's an out. And again, the Spearfish Sasquatch standing like a brick wall to the Big Sticks hitters. They are not letting them get past the infield, and we remain at 0-0. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back for the top of the third. Spearfish will be back up to bat when we return.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Okay, don't move. I've done this before.
My turn.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Welcome back to beautiful Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. We have a 0-0 game between the Badlands Big Sticks and Spearfish Sasquatch. Thus far, it has been a drought of runs. Neither team able to get past first base tonight. These infields and especially these pitchers are playing some fantastic baseball. And the wind certainly isn't helping the cause. Dickinson has become the new Windy City tonight. Neither team can really capitalize. Chaz Crook, the next man up to bat, number 8 in the lineup for the Sasquatch. And a slider delivered by Kobe Krenz. Could we be on pace for a pitcher's duel? Not to be seen in time, but both of these pitchers, Romero and Krenz, throwing out the big guns tonight as Krenz delivers a strike for a 1-1 count. And in these kinds of games, when the pitchers are playing this red hot, as another strike is delivered by Krenz, it almost becomes a game of who's going to blink first. And the staring contest can only go on for so long. The 1-2 count, make it another strikeout for Kobe Krenz, number 2 on the night, and a beauty at that. So Kobe Krenz will send his man back to the dugout, and the Sasquatch are to the bottom of the lineup with Keegan Weston, the catcher. Chaz Crook denied. Luis Reyes will follow. This one high into left field, a high arcing fly ball. Who wants it? Coming back down to earth, it is caught. Nice catch for the Big Sticks. A different left fielder tonight. It's Joe Osborne. He brings it in for the catch, and the second out here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the lineup we go. It is Luis Reyes making his return. He already has 1 hit tonight. Have hits tonight, Reyes and Soto. Krenz couldn't handle him well last time, but he only got to first base. Swing and a miss, and Reyes almost fell over. like he was on the slip and slide at the Dickinson Rec Center. A 1-1 count. Big slider, and it gets past the catcher, Isaac Huddle. And that will result in a ball. It was a swing and a miss, so a 1-2 count. High arcing pitch, this time results in a ball for a 2-2. Here's Krenz. This one again bobbled by Huddle. Results in his third ball here in the at-bat, and now it's a full count. And you can almost see the gears turning in Luis Reyes. Had a solo home run shot in game 1. That helped the Sasquatch stay relatively in the game early. Despite a grand slam from Danny Rogers, this one sent towards third. A beauty of a shot by Reyes. You could not ask for better placement. He wants second base. But again, he's going to be denied, but he does have his second hit of the night, and he is giving Kobe Krenz fits thus far. So in comes first baseman Jack Naylor for the Sasquatch, but even when the Sasquatch are able to muster hits, it almost seems as though they can't really capitalize. Jack Naylor trying to change that. 2 outs for the Sasquatch. High pitch, and that will result in a ball for a 1-0. Naylor with a .400 batting average, 4 hits, 3 RBIs. And a second straight ball for Kobe Krenz for a 2-0 count. Krenz was a crucial part in game 2 of helping the Sasquatch to their 5-run lead. Team couldn't capitalize in the end. This one a slider for a strike. Kobe Krenz finding his wheelhouse more and more here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 2-1, 2 outs. Reyes on first base. Big swing high into right field, trying to chase it down, and he's got it. A dandy of a catch by Preston Jones. Made it in right field. And now that will end the top of the 3rd inning. We'll be right back after this break. The Big Sticks at-bats will have a chance when we return.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety, efficiency,
Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
and the co-op
Is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks and Spearfish Sasquatch knotted up at no runs apiece. Both teams have had very solid pitching and perhaps even better infielding. The Sasquatch have been able to muster 3 hits, but haven't been able to do anything with it besides get to first base. Big Sticks have not managed a single hit tonight thus far, however. It's been a dry well, and there's a lot of work to be done, but the Big Sticks certainly have been up to the task time and time again throughout this 2023 season. So the first man up for the Big Sticks will be Troy Berg, the third baseman tonight. 9-1-2, a wait for the Badlands Big Sticks. Julio Romero currently in the midst of a no-hitter. has played some very solid baseball and has denied the big sticks on many occasions. Romero thus far already has 1 K on the night, wants to add more. And again, in his first pitching action of the year, but he has done a very solid job starting things off. And we were discussing over the break as to whether or not this could be a pitcher's duel, and by the way things are looking, both of these pitchers are playing some of the best baseball you could ask for here in the ILB. And it could come down to, as we mentioned, who blinks first. That much will be decided in time, but for now, Troy Berg, the third baseman, will get his chance. Berg looking for his first hit of the year. Shows bunt, and it'll be fouled over towards the Big Sticks dugout. And that will result in an 0-1 count. Troy Berg, one of the players for the Badlands Big Sticks who is still trying to prove himself thus far in this early season. And that first hit would definitely help with that. Berg fouls this one, goes right into the net. Berg, of course, another local product from Dickinson, North Dakota. Plays for the University of Jamestown. He had 18 hits, 20 runs, 1 double, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .273 batting average. Also played at Dickinson High School, much like Kobe Krenz, and was All-State in 3 separate varsity spots. He'll send this one to left field. A beauty of a shot right into the gap. Call it a reverse announcer's jinx because Troy Berg just got his first hit. You're welcome, Troy. And we're back to the top of the lineup with Quade Peters as the Badlands Big Sticks get their first hit of the night, courtesy of the 9-man Troy Berg. And now Quade Peters, last night's MVP, the man who had the tying run in the bottom of the 8th, with an opportunity here to potentially get the Big Sticks on the board. Peters, high fly ball into left field, back at the wall, sayonara! The Big Sticks get a home run, and they do it in style with Quade Peters, a 2-run home run. How do you like that, folks? He busts this game wide open. That was fancy like Applebee's on a date night. A tough shot taken by the left fielder for the Spearfish Sasquatch. As Trey Vorwald was trying to come down with it, made a heck of an effort right at the wall. But he could not get it in time. Good to see he's okay. He took a heck of a shot right off that wall. But the Badlands Big Sticks, courtesy of Quade Peters. A home run. He's got 2 RBIs on the night now. And back-to-back hits for the Big Sticks. Next up, it'll be Joe Osborne. He wants to join the party. This one to the inside. That'll result in a 1-0 count. And the wind could have helped carry that one in left field. It is sort of blowing in the left field direction. That one was quickly curving, almost hit the foul poles. This one is fouled right into the Big Sticks dugout. Look out, guys. Joe Osborne was walked in his first at-bat, and he's got a chance to add to that here. He's got a 1-1 count with Julio Romero. This one to the inside results in a 2-1. And what a beautiful camera shot that is. Great work. Love to see that. This one high into left field again. Almost saw a second straight home run. Instead, it goes right into the parking lot, and look out, cars. That one, I'm pretty sure, did actually hit a windshield. 2-2 count. Man, that looks like the professionals. Love to see that. Almost like it's Fox Sports or something. 2-2 count. And this one checked back, and that will strike out Joe Osborne. The second K of the night for Julio Romero.
18, Cooper Hill.
Cooper Hill will follow it up, trying to add to this Big Sticks lead. Hill looking for his first hit of the night. One out now for the Badlands Big Sticks here in the bottom of the third. This one a low pitch, and that'll give us a 1-0 count. Here's the freshman infielder from Tyler, Texas, swing and a miss. First strike in his at-bat for a 1-1 count. And now for a young pitcher like Romero, he has to really buckle down and understand the situation. You can't let that home run distress you, especially this early in the going when you've been playing such a good game. Had no hits coming into this frame. This one sent towards right field. An easy fielding job and an easy out. Brought in nicely by Jack Naylor. And that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the third as Danny Rogers gets ready to join the party. And Rogers knows a thing or two about home runs. Had the first home run, the only other home run the Big Sticks have scored thus far this year, in game one, and he did it in style, a grand salami to right field. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind a second home run in this young season. Fastball by Romero, and an 0-1 count. Two outs for the Big Sticks, no runners on base. Swung back and a foul ball. And now an 0-2 count for Danny Rogers. Rogers looking for his 6th hit of the year thus far, which, as we mentioned, leads the team. He'll send this one high into left field. A high arcing hit, but it is not going to matter. This time, Trey Vorwald brings it in. But the Badlands Big Sticks with Quade Peters have a home run party in left field with a 2-run shot. Big Sticks up 2-0. We'll be right back for the top of the fourth.
Having issues with your current one? Contact Smart Computers and
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, where we have an entirely different game here in the top of the fourth inning after a dramatic bottom of the third. The Big Sticks managed 2 hits and especially a 2-run home run by Quade Peters, who is already adding to his very successful start to the season. But folks, that home run was very close to being caught right at the wall by Trey Vorwald. Want to know how close? He had it in his glove, in his fingertips. He actually lost the glove as the ball came down, and that's why it was a home run. That's now 2 Big Sticks home runs that have been somewhat assisted by Sasquatch gloves thus far in this young season. Only in Dickinson will these sorts of occurrences sometimes happen. 0-1 count. Maybe it's some of that Big Sticks magic dust. Who knows? 1-1 count now for Kobe Krenz. This one fouled back by Van Atten in his second at-bat. The Sasquatch thus far have 3 combined hits, but they have not managed to get past first base, and Van Atten frustrated. He swung at nothing but air that time, and he knows it. He gets struck out by Kobe Krenz. That is Krenz's 3rd K here in this game. So next up will be Christian Soto, who has the only other hit of the night for the Spearfish Sasquatch. High slider gives us a 1-0. Another slider, this time it's accurate. 1-1 count for Kobe Krenz. Krenz has been playing some phenomenal baseball here tonight. Using that arm, showing his capabilities. He gets the 2-1 count now. Some in the crowd didn't agree with that. And Krenz takes a quick look back. Remember that there is no pitch clock here in the Independence League, so these players have as long as they need. This slider sent to the outside, and a 3rd ball here in this at-bat for Kobe Krenz. A chance potentially for Christian Soto to capitalize. Krenz testing whether or not he'll bite. And he's definitely not going to bite at this one. That's going to be a walk, as Soto is going to head to first base.
Next up, center fielder number 38, Daniel Thiessen.
So next up will be Daniel Thiessen. I believe only the 2nd walk issue by Krenz tonight. Could not get Soto to bite. Delivers another perfect plus side or strike for the 0-1. The Big Sticks infield has been especially backing him up. Here's the pickoff as Christian Soto stays held at first base. 0-1 count. Kobe, slider, and a ball. 1-1 count, 44 miles per hour on that last pitch. Beautiful cutter that time. Almost a slurve ball. He gets the 2nd strike and a 1-2 count. And Krenz on the verge of his 4th K. Krenz wants out number 2. Here's Kobe. This one high into left field, a beautiful strike. That'll send the Sasquatch to first and second base. Daniel Thiessen with his first hit of the night. A base run for Spearfish, and they are in business with a chance to potentially cut into this Big Sticks lead. The left fielder Trey Vorwald, who made a diving attempt at that home run in the last half inning, is back up to bat now for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Sasquatch have not been in this good of a position all night. This one sent to right field. It's a fair ball, and that is going to settle down in foul territory. The Sasquatch are going to score one run, and they almost had the potential for 2 runs as Luis Reyes reaches home plate. So Spearfish has cut into the lead. It's a 2-1 game, and the first sign of weakness from Kobe Krenz. Trey Vorwald with his first RBI of this young season. Reyes now with 2 hits and 1 run on the night. This one hammered to center field, and it'll settle down. The wind, the Big Sticks friend. This one now going to be heading back towards home plate. It's not going to matter. A sac fly, and the Spearfish Sasquatch have quickly tied up this game. Daniel Thiessen gets his first run of the night. Parker Bledgy with the sac fly, and he'll get an RBI. Chaz Crook, the next man up. We have a 2-2 ball game with 2 outs. Sasquatch have a runner on second base. Here's Krenz, slider, and a strike. And Trey Vorwald has some wheels, and he's not afraid to use them in certain scenarios. We haven't seen a stolen base attempt from either side yet. With Krenz, it's hard. Strike. Beautiful slider again. That gives us an 0-2, and Krenz has a chance to get out of this half inning with the game only tied. This one a foul ball that quickly goes into the parking lot. We'll stay at 0-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Western Dent and Legend Auto Body. Got a hood dings from that foul ball? Better call Western Dent and Legend Auto Body.
Crook with 8 at-bats this year, a .375 batting average. High pitch, this one sent to third base. A diving attempt, but it's not gonna matter. Trey Vorwald steals third. Just like I was talking about, he finally goes for that steal attempt and it pays off for him. The Sasquatch now in position in the hot corner with a chance to potentially take the lead, just like that. 1-2 count. Krenz in need of a K. It's not gonna happen yet. Big slider to the outside for the 2-2. Chaz Crook also with 3 hits, 1 double, and 3 runs thus far in this series. Crook playing shortstop tonight. Slider, and yet another ball. This will be a full count. 2 straight balls, actually 3 straight balls from Kobe Krenz. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Vorwald on third. Payoff for Crook. And that will be a strikeout. Kobe Krenz gets his 4th of the night and strands Trey Vorwald at third base. Here's another look at it. Beautiful cutter right down the alley. And we remain at a 2-2 game, but some beautiful hitting from the likes of Vorwald and Parker Bledgy, each with an RBI. We've got a 2-2 game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Justin Glass specializes in windshield replacement and repair. With over 20 years experience in the auto glass business, Justin Glass works with all insurance companies and deductibles. We have the best cash prices in town. We also offer camera recalibration in shop, so there's no longer any need to go to a dealership after a windshield replacement. Add to that our windshield warranty program, and Justin Glass is the only place you'll need to stop.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Justin Glass. 483.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
A game of darts currently here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark between the Badlands Big Sticks and Spearfish Sasquatch. The Sasquatch responded after a 2-run home run by Quade Peters. We have a tie game at 2-2, and the Sasquatch now with 5 hits overall. The Big Sticks with just 2, both coming in the bottom of the 3rd. An inside pitch and a strike. Preston Jones, the DH, up to bat, looking for his first hit of the night for the Big Sticks. He's got an 0-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Fantastic atmosphere here tonight. This one sent to the outside. 1-1 count. Right down the alley. That was a quick fastball. And that will give us a 2-1. Jones with a chance to potentially put the Big Sticks in position. Looking for a base hit and in need of a response. Romero sends in another strike for a 2-2. Both teams have had the same pitcher thus far through 4 innings. And no sign of anyone warming up in the bullpens right now. So it looks as though it's going to stay that way, at least for the short-term future. Here's the 2-2 for Romero. This one bobbled and dropped by Keegan Weston, results in a ball. We now have a full count for Preston Jones. 3-2. Here's Jones. This one will be a ball, and Preston Jones is heading to first base. Yet another big stick gets walked. That's the 3rd walk issued by Julio Romero tonight. Lost Buckmaster and Joe Osborne have also been a part of that group. Isaac Huddle will follow him up in the catcher position tonight. Big Sticks now with a runner on base and no outs. Romero with a glance back to first. This one well to the outside. That'll give us a 1-0 count. And for the Sasquatch, you can almost feel the need inside to win this game, considering the situation they find themselves in here in this early season. The fact that the Big Sticks also swept them in the season opening series last year in Spearfish, and now here in Dickinson looking to do the same. That's a lot of weight on the shoulders, and the Sasquatch, they don't want to go in with an 0-3 record. That puts them immediately behind the 8 ball for a potential playoff spot clincher in the first half. These were the top 2 teams in the Great Plains Division last year, and a lot of history. Of course, they're arch rivals, so you never want to lose a game, and especially not a series, but not in the fashion that the Sasquatch have kind of lost momentum, considering how the Big Sticks have been able to pull out wins when they seemingly weren't possible, as this one gets sent to the inside. Results in a 3-1 count, but you have to think that the Sasquatch felt extra motivated to come out for a win tonight, so in a way the Big Sticks have to be ready for that kind of response. I'm sure head coach Jarrett Hunt talked that over with the players. Huddle is going to foul this one over towards the left field area, and it quickly goes out of play. Another gift for another front door, and a 3-1 count.
Head over to Elite PT and get yourself some treatment to get back in the game.
So here's Huddle. Full count now, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Jones ready to pounce. This one just makes contact with Huddle's bat, so there will be no strikeout for Julio Romero. We will remain at 3-2. Romero with 2 Ks on the night thus far. And for the Big Sticks tomorrow, they head to Pierce, South Dakota for their first series against the Oahe Zap. Spearfish will be a home for their first series coming up. And that will be a walk. Isaac Huddle is heading to first base. A mistake by Julio Romero, his 2nd straight walk delivered. Did it first to Jones, then to Huddle. And here comes yet another player with a walk, and Blas Buckmaster. And now a timeout is going to be taken. Head coach Jarrett Hunt is going to talk things over. There is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen right now for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Doesn't look like he's going to come on yet, but we will keep an eye on that. Looks as though it's Cameron Murphy from Miles Community College, but we will have to see if that is the guy they have in mind or if it will be somebody else. And the fans and the players eagerly awaiting as Hunt gets ready to come off. And Jarrett Hunt has done a very good job thus far in Spearfish, building up this roster in his 2nd season. sent his team all the way to the championship series against the Western Nebraska Pioneers last year. Had them very close to a victory. And of course, with Western Nebraska no longer in the ILB, it became sort of anyone's league to take. And that all considered, it makes this season all the more interesting for it. 2 straight walks for Romero. Runners on first and second, no outs. And it's going to go off of Keegan Weston's helmet, and that is going to have runners on second and third for the Badlands Big Sticks. Another mistake by Romero, and things are quickly coming off the rails for the Spearfish Sasquatch here in the bottom of the 4th. Big Sticks still with no outs, and now they have runners one step closer to a potential run. The Lost Buckmaster almost had a home run last night. Was very close to blowing that game wide open. Big Sticks ended up coming back to win anyway, but could have potentially happened sooner. High pitch results in a ball. It's a 1-0. So here's Buckmaster. And yet another ball is going to be delivered. 3rd straight for Romero and a 3-0 count. And you can almost feel the pressure sizing up Julio Romero in this situation. He has to be very careful to not allow Balas Buckmaster any room to blow this game into the next dimension. 3-0 count for Buckmaster. That'll be a 4th straight ball, and yet another walk is going to be delivered. That is the 3rd straight for Julio Romero. Balas Buckmaster has now been walked twice in this game. Bases are now loaded, and the second baseman, Alex Erlob, is the next man up to bat, and now head coach Jared Hunt is going to take another timeout, and this will likely be the pitching change we were looking for. And he is motioning over to the dugout. New pitcher coming in momentarily. We'll have all that and more when we return to Dickinson, North Dakota. Don't go anywhere.
Consolidated handles not only our phone service, our internet, our Wi-Fi, but they also handle our, as of lately, they took on our IT support and our cybersecurity. So it was exactly what we needed. It's been great. We haven't had any issues, but that is a good peace of mind when I leave and go home, and knowing that my business, my customer information, everything is secure and I don't have to worry about that.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing.
To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. New pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch, it's Cameron Murphy. The redshirt sophomore from Torrington, Wyoming. Plays for Miles Community College. He had a 2-2 record in 2023, 4 saves, 20.2 innings pitched, 27 hits, 22 runs, 25 strikeouts, and an 8.71 ERA.
Cameron Murphy.
Went to Torrington High School in Wyoming. And his redshirt freshman year included 17 strikeouts, a 4.76 ERA, and 17 innings pitched. A very solid pitcher and someone that Alex Erlob could have trouble with. He's going to send this one right past third base. A fantastic hit by Alex Erlob. And wait a second. They're going to call that a foul ball. Boy, that was incredibly close. Looked as though that was right on the mark. Let's get another look at it. Here's the last pitch. That was Buckmaster. Sorry about that, folks. 0-1 count. So hard to say from our vantage point, but it looked as though it snuck inside third base. But that is not the ruling, so Erlob now has an 0-1 count. And looks like that was a balk, I believe. So a balk is called, and a mistake quickly from Cameron Murphy. And that is going to score the Big Sticks a run. Talk about an unorthodox way to get a run, but the rules are the rules and you can't balk. The Big Sticks now have a 3-2 lead. Dickinson just has weird things happen like that. So an instant mistake from Murphy. Now Erlob. High pitch. And results in a 1-1. Runners on second and third now for the Big Sticks. That was Preston Jones who went in for the run for Badlands. His first run of the night. 1-1 count. High pitch again. Now have a 2-1 count. Alex Erlob still searching for hit number 1 on the night, but if he got walked, I'm sure he wouldn't mind it. We have seen 3 consecutive Big Sticks hitters get walked. Erlob's going to foul this one back to make it 2-2. And it's the mistakes like the block from Murphy that Spearfish is really trying to avoid in this game. Those kinds of mistakes are the ones that quickly pile up and make things much worse for you as a team and as a pitcher. It's those mental errors that Coach Jared Hunt, I'm sure, has been talking about with the Sasquatch to make sure they avoid. Erlob fouls this one again. We'll stay at a 2-2 count. And of course, playing in enemy territory is a much harder proposition for this team as well. Starting the year out away from home can be a tough thing for any team. You're not comfortable with the area. And despite not being that far apart geographically, Spearfish, South Dakota, and Dickinson, North Dakota, very different places in a lot of ways. 2-2 count for Erlob. What a swing right into center field. Would you like another run? How about 2? Another bobble, and the Big Sticks have increased the lead 5-2. An RBI single for Alex Erlob. A 2 RBI swing. His first hit of the night is a dandy, and the Big Sticks starting to pull away more and more. Buckmaster and Huddle make it to home.
Make it home safe. Next up, third baseman number 2, Troy Berg.
And Troy Berg will be the next man up, and he is the hitter who basically started things off for the Big Sticks. Got their first hit of the game, and they have not looked back since. Peters then delivered the 2-run homer. Now he sends this one high into left field, and it's caught right at the warning track. A heart stopper for Sasquatch fans everywhere. But a great save by Trey Vorwald. And that could have been incredibly dangerous, but these Big Sticks fans here saying that we can't believe our eyes like 10 million fireflies. So now Quade Peters up for the Big Sticks. And now 1 out for Badlands. He had the 2-run homer in his last at-bat. And a nice curve for an 0-1. Peters now in his 13th at-bat in this game. He'll send this one right into left field. Yet another base hit for the Big Sticks. There ain't no party like a hit party, because the hit party is not stopping. Yet another hit for the Badlands Big Sticks. And the bottom of the 4th continues to be a nightmare for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Joe Osborne will be the next man up to bat. Quade Peters with his second hit of the night. Osborne got walked earlier, swings and misses at this one. Nothing but air for the 0-1 count. And it has not been a good start thus far for Cameron Murphy. He had an 8.71 ERA while at Miles Community College. But he just hasn't quite had the momentum in this game to help the Sasquatch find the rhythm that they need, especially from the mound. And now both Big Sticks looking to steal base, and they've got it. Another steal for the Badlands Big Sticks. How about 2 for 1? It's a BOGO at second and third. Both Quade Peters and Troy Berg able to get to second and third base. So now a 1-1 count for Joe Osborne. Looking for his first hit of the night. And he'll deliver it into left field. Vorwald is right there. He's got another catch. Big Sticks quickly advance to home plate, and another easy run. A run is scored by Alex Erlob, and the Big Sticks now have a 6-2 lead. A sac fly for Joe Osborne, his first RBI of the night. He doesn't get the hit, but he does score another Big Sticks run, and Trey Vorwald continues to be very busy out there in left field. It's busy like Starbucks on a college campus at 11 p.m. right now in left field for the Spearfish Sasquatch. 2 outs. Cooper Hill next up to bat. 6-2 lead, 4 runs scored here in the bottom of the fourth for the Badlands Big Sticks. Here's Hill. And a nice pitch results in an 0-1 count. And for the Sasquatch, this is another game. It was 2-2 coming into this half inning. And the good thing for them is that it's still early in the season. There's a lot of time to iron this kind of thing out, but these mistakes have really piled up again and again. An inside pitch now on the slider gives us a 1-1. Cooper Hill, another Big Stick that has yet to level a hit tonight. But much like Joe Osborne, he wouldn't mind an RBI, although he couldn't do anything sac-related. A 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on second. He'll swing this one towards second. Should be an easy out for the Sasquatch, and yes, sir, they get it done. Brought in by Jack Naylor on the throw. So the Sasquatch close out the bottom of the fourth, but the Badlands Big Sticks pouring it on here in Dickinson. Helped out by 3 walks and then some beautiful RBI scored by Alex Erlob, as well as some other players for the Big Sticks. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this break. The top of the fifth awaits. Big Sticks up 6-2.
Hi, Dan Porter here. When you're having trouble getting your car or truck in for service, think Dan Porter Motors. Fast express service, low price tires with rotations for life, free alignment checks, free car washes with service, low price daily rental cars, shuttle service to and from work. Give us a call at 227-1272 or see us on the web at dpmotors.com. That's 227-1272 for all your service needs. Give us a call.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks now have a 6-2 lead over the Spearfish Sasquatch. Things quickly went awry for Jarrett Hunt and company as the Sasquatch had to watch the Big Sticks absolutely pour it on 3 walks started it off, and then the hits became quick and very clear for Badlands. This 6-2 lead is not insurmountable, but the Sasquatch are going to need a very solid half inning with probably at least a run or two to put them back in position. Keegan Weston will get the first bite, the catcher in the 9 spot for Spearfish tonight. Top of the 5th inning, about midway through this game. Pitch from Krenz, who's still in for the Big Sticks. And as of now, not a lot of action going on in the bullpen. Although we'll see if that trend changes. Another swing, another miss. How about an 0-2 count now? Keegan Weston in danger of a K. Kobe Krenz, he wants number 5 on the night. Checks it. And they're gonna roll it a ball. Had a chance, but not quite the angle. It's a 1-2 count now for Krenz. Here's the 1-2. Krenz delivers it high. And a second straight ball, 2-2 count. Keegan Weston has had a very interesting series for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And he gets struck out. Not interesting for him that time. The 5th K for Kobe Krenz. Let's get another look at it. As you see it coming out, that's right after the play. Fantastic strikeout from Krenz, his 5th strikeout of the night. And we head back now with 1 out for the Big Sticks and the top of the lineup for the Sasquatch with Luis Reyes, the team leader in hits tonight with 2. Big slider, and it results in a 1 ball. The Las Piedras, Puerto Rico product, playing out of Cerro Coso Community College. One of 2 players on the Sasquatch who play out of Cerro Coso. A 1-out count for Krenz. Swing and a miss again, and Kobe Krenz continues to heat up, and he is applying some heavy pressure to these Sasquatch hitters. And a big plus slider to the outside for a 2-1. This one too high. Krenz keeps using that plus slider action. The breaking ball results in a 3-1 count. This one delivered right to right field. How about it? Oh my goodness, OBJ-esque. Did I just see that? A fantastic catch by the first baseman tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks. It was brought down by Cooper Hill. Look at the dexterity and the angle, stretching out like Plastic Man. Whew. What a catch, and a 2nd out for Badlands. That took some talent. He really had to wrangle that one in. This one will be heading towards first. It's a fair ball. And they got the out. Cooper Hill, the hero at the top of the 5th. A fantastic catch right between first and second. And then the Big Sticks get another quick out. Kobe Krenz with a strikeout. Big Sticks still on top, 6-2. They'll have another chance to add to that lead when we come back.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go, girls!
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency.
Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
Is me.
Scott Van Pelt, wherever you are, I think I've got a potential SC Top 10 nominee for you. A fantastic catch by Cooper Hill over towards first base. And the Big Sticks now with a 6-2 lead. Let's have another quick look at it. There's the hit delivered. That was Luis Reyes. And then look at the top right of your screen. Look at the lunge. Oh my goodness. And then the wherewithal to keep carrying that thing down. He was making money like Jeff Bezos with that catch, a fantastic one. And now the Big Sticks have a chance to extend their lead, put the Spearfish Sasquatch even more on the ropes. Danny Rogers, next man up to bat for the Badlands Big Sticks, looking for his first hit of the night. It's been a bit of an unorthodox game for Rogers. He's usually the man who helps deliver the runs, but he hasn't had the consistency tonight. Looking to change that here as he gets an 0-1 count with a strike delivered from Cameron Murphy, who had a rough bottom of the fourth, trying to change that tempo here. To the inside it goes, and a 1-1 count. Rogers playing right field tonight, a big part of the Big Sticks changing up the infield and outfield for this game, and it has paid dividends. They've done a fantastic job defensively. Swing and another miss from Danny Rogers, and he cannot find the baseball tonight. So now a 1-2 count. Rogers still looking for another hit. It would be hit number 6. He'd also love to get RBI number 8. This one high in the air, results in a 2-2 count on the 40-mile-per-hour pitch. That'll be a third ball. We now have a full count for Rogers, who thrives in these scenarios. If ever there were time to get hit number 1, this wouldn't be a bad place to start. Rogers in the 4th spot in the lineup. Awaits with that 1,000-yard Clint Eastwood-esque gaze. Fouls this one back into the net. So another payoff pitch awaits. And Rogers gets ready. He'll swing at this one, and he does make contact, but a second straight foul, and we'll stay at 3-2 once again. And again, a great example of what Danny Rogers does with extending these at-bats. It's a very sound strategy, and Cameron Murphy's already struggled tonight. Definitely doesn't need more pitches than what he can handle. This one high into center field, back near the track, and brought in. A great catch is made right at center field by Daniel Thiessen. And the Sasquatch get a quick out, and the dry spell for Danny Rogers in Game 3 of this series continues. Next up, it will be Preston Jones, who has a walk and a run tonight. One out. That one delivered in. Strike is called. Preston Jones also trying to find some form. Doesn't have a hit thus far tonight. In 7 at-bats, he's got the best batting average on the team, .571, as that one's delivered in. He's got 4 hits, 1 RBI, and 4 runs. He's also been walked a very strangely high amount of times. He's got 1s across the board. This one off the glove of Keegan Weston. And that will be a second ball for a 2-1. Cameron Murphy in 2022 had a 7-3 record, 54 innings pitched. He had 65 hits and 44 runs given up with 50 strikeouts and a 4.83 ERA. A much bigger sample size than what 2023 provided. This one into center field. That's a beauty of a shot. Have yourself a day, Preston. He gets his first hit of the night. A base hit and a single. So now 1 run, 1 walk, and a hit for Mr. Jones.
Next up, catcher number 33, Isaac.
Isaac Huddle will be the next man up. He was also walked in his last at-bat by Cameron Murphy. He's also got a walk and a run tonight. And now it's a lefty, which presents a very interesting challenge here for Mr. Murphy. Swing and a miss as Huddle catches nothing but air. The 0-1 count with one out. And look to see the aggressiveness of Preston Jones at first base. He quickly goes back to first. Jones has now been on base for 2 straight at-bats. Here's Huddle. And that one's sent in for yet another strike. 0-2 count now for Cameron Murphy. And this is when that Sasquatch outfield has to be on high alert. They've been very solid at defending anything that goes to the far reaches of the ballpark. As this one is picked off back to first. And Preston Jones remains safe. But the Big Sticks have been absolutely showing what they can do with these gap hits. And it has affected the Sasquatch time and time again. Swing and a miss from Huddle, and he gets struck out. So another K here for Cameron Murphy. Here's another look at it. And Huddle just too late on the swing. Didn't quite have the timing right. That is Romero's third, or excuse me, that is Murphy's first of the night. Next up for the Big Sticks is Balas Buckmaster. 2 walks already in this game and a run. That one very, very nearly got out Preston Jones. So here comes Buckmaster. 2 outs. Checks it and doesn't make contact. Should be ruled as a ball, and it is for the 1-0 count. And Keegan Weston takes off the face mask. And we are getting darker and darker here in Dickinson. Lights are getting brighter and brighter. And this crowd is having themselves a great time. They've had a fantastic past 3 days cheering on their Big Sticks. A lot of success, and they're looking to have more moving forward. They've been very consistent and shown their stuff. Balas will foul this one. Quickly goes over the net, and that'll give us a 1-1 count.
That foul ball brought to you by Infinity Real Estate Group, LLC. Visit with the Infinity Real Estate Group for all of your real estate needs.
Balas looking for his first hit of the night. Playing shortstop tonight, and he's done a pretty fair job as the shortstop. Done a good job of preventing many shots. He'll foul this one towards third. And that heads over towards the dartboard, where we saw a very intense dartboard competition earlier. It was about as intense as this baseball game, I'm telling you. They were throwing those darts. The 1-2 count now for Buckmaster. Swings this one over towards the shortstop. He brings it in. Buckmaster's gonna be safe. That slight bobble cost him. A mistake for the Spearfish Sasquatch as Chaz Crook bobbled the ball, and he couldn't quite recover in time. Big Sticks have runners on first and second with 2 outs. Alex Erlob, the next man up, and Buckmaster has his first hit of the night. Two outs now. Can't shoot for a sac fly or a sac bunt. Gonna need something more if you're Alex Erlob. This one high and away results in a ball and a 1-0 count. In the bottom of the 5th inning here in Dickinson, North Dakota. Big Sticks will be back in town on Tuesday for a home series against the Oahe Zap, who they leave to play in Pierre tomorrow. 3-game series there, 1-0 count. Checks it, and that is going to be ruled as a ball for a 2-0. And in the ILB, it is high tempo, high action all the time. Very few off days for these teams. You'll get about one a week. From there on, it's basically gas and go all the time for these Big Sticks players and for the Sasquatch. And they're constantly in attack mode. Foul back towards the backstop, and that will result in a 2-1 count for Alex Erlob. Erlob with 2 RBIs tonight, which is tied for the team lead for the game with Quade Peters, who got his 2 RBIs in 1 shot with that 2-run home run that we saw in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Erlob. Fouls this one once again. Into the backstop it goes. And we've seen the Big Sticks go for steals several times. And I'm sure they wouldn't mind taking that chance if they found it necessary. Jones and Balas Buckmaster await in position. Here's Buckmaster advancing forward, and Erlob is going to get struck out. So that will send the Big Sticks with stranded runners and no runs to speak of here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2 lead though, the Big Sticks still on top. The Sasquatch need a response in a hurry. We'll be right back for the top of the 6th.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
Well, Kobe Krenz is currently in a marathon as this one is sent towards second base. Brought in, throw to first. Oh, what a throw that was. He put some extra mustard on that. A beautiful throw that time. Right as we were heading back for the broadcast, let's get another look at it. Sent over towards second. And boy, he had to lunge at that one. There's the throw and a beauty. Big Sticks quickly with one out as DJ Van Atten heads back to the bullpen and the dugout. That was Troy Berg. And now we have a 1-0 count. Well to the outside. Results in a 2-0. Swing and a miss once again, and a 2-1 count. That was Balas Buckmaster who made the great play. So now one out. This one swung and foul. Quickly goes towards the Big Sticks dugout. And we have a 2-2. A chance for the Big Sticks to get yet another out here early. Kobe Krenz is now over 80 pitches on the game. Probably over 85 by now. And there is no sign of activity in the Big Sticks bullpen right now. They are putting a lot of faith in Kobe Krenz, and what he's shown, it's for good reason. Big plus slider. High arcing pitch results in a full count of 3-2. Christian Soto, looking for his second hit of the night, already has a run for the Spearfish Sasquatch. This one sent in, and that will result in a strikeout. A beauty by Kobe Krenz. There you see the angle he took. A beautiful cutter, and that is the second out quickly here in the top of the sixth. And if the Sasquatch needed hits and runs, they are not off to a good start here. Big Sticks are already counting runs like Count Dracula, and if the Sasquatch don't turn things around, they'll have nothing for the Big Sticks late. That one checked back by Daniel Thiessen, who has shown his danger throughout this series. Already has a 2-run home run, which he had in game 1. He's got a 2-0 count to work with on Kobe Krenz. And that one just about tagged him. It went to the inside. That'll be the 3rd straight ball for Krenz in a 3-0 count. 2 outs for Kobe. Big Sticks infield has been playing sensational, and this adjustment that assistant coaches Michael Cavini and Cameron Guevara have put to use has worked, but it's not going to matter that time. That one goes for a ball, and Daniel Thiessen gets a free trip to first base. His first walk of the night, and Trey Vorwald will be the next man up for the Sasquatch. Vorwald was able to add his first hit of the season just a bit ago, and now looks like Cameron Guevara wants to talk things over with his pitcher, Kobe Krenz. There is now some activity over in the Big Sticks bullpen, so we were wondering when we were going to see the potential pitching change. It's not going to happen yet, but Kobe Krenz probably will not have much more after this 6th inning if he makes it to the end of this top of the 6th. Chance to also re-rack, discuss signals, discuss things with the infield. Outfield holding pat at the moment. And can't say enough about what the Badlands Big Sticks have done infielding. There were a lot of errors last night, 4 total. And they have shied away from that here, and it has really stymied the Spearfish Sasquatch attack and has held them to only 2 runs through the first 5 innings. Sasquatch in need of a quick response. They do have a runner on first in Daniel Thiessen. Here's Vorwald. And that one brought in for yet another ball on a 1-0 count. Kobe Krenz now approaching 90 for the pitch count on the night. This one sent over towards third, and let's see what the ruling is going to be from the umpire. They're going to rule that as a foul ball. So it was very close, but the foul ball is called, and probably a good thing for the Big Sticks because there was no way that Troy Berg was going to be able to respond in time to send that one over to second or first. Instead, it's a 1-1 count. And the intensity radiating from the Sasquatch dugout is palpable in this moment. Here's the 1-1. Swung high into left field. This one's going to have a chance back near the track, near the wall, but it's caught. A sensational catch by the left fielder for the Badlands Big Sticks. Joe Osborne denies any home run, and the Spearfish Sasquatch go hungry in the top of the 6th once again, and the frustration continues. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. Big Sticks at bats when we return.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks trying to hold on to a 4-run lead against the Spearfish Sasquatch. And they've got a chance to add some State Farm-esque insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to make Jake from State Farm happy. So the first man who will have a chance will be Alex Erlob, tonight's second baseman for the Badlands Big Sticks.
Leading off for your Big Sticks, third baseman number 2, it's Troy Berg.
And Cameron Murphy still in for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Troy Berg, rather, at home plate right now for Badlands. This one well to the outside, results in a 1-0 count. Berg has 1 hit and 1 run tonight. That run was scored courtesy of Quade Peters. But that hit, again, really started this scoring barrage that the Big Sticks have been on. This one just goes past the left arm of Troy Berg and results in a 2-0 count. But Berg is a player who is continuing to get better and better with each game and has shown what he's capable of tonight and has been one of the reasons that this Sasquatch outfield has been stumped as of late. High pitch, too high, and a 3-0 count now. And Murphy, after the disastrous bottom of the 4th, has somewhat figured things out. Closed out the bottom of the 5th with no runs. And he's heating up more and more. This one's sent in for another strike. And that's a 3-1. If you are the Spearfish Sasquatch, runs are an absolute cannot. It cannot happen under any circumstance, or the Big Sticks may pull out this game with no difficulty, and you can't have walks either. Troy Berg, his first walk of the night, and he gets the free trip over to first base. And that will send us back to the top of the lineup with perhaps the most dangerous hitter here tonight, Quade Peters. As we've mentioned, he has the game's only home run, a 2-run shot that he delivered in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That was the first run scored in this game. And Jack Naylor almost took out Troy Berg at that point. Was not unable to get him with the pickoff move. High pitch, and a ball again. Quade Peters again, he wears number 0, but he is loved and endeared by this Big Sticks fan base, and another local product for the team that is a team hero night in and night out, and the Big Sticks culture really emphasizes that on a nightly basis. It's that tenacity and the drive that you play with, and being a good person on and off the field, and Quade Peters is certainly a part of that. One of the best batters that the Iowa Central College had this past year. Quade plays again out of West Fargo, North Dakota, same town as Alex Erlob. He's got a 2-0 count with no outs. And that is a strike for Cameron Murphy. There is some activity over in the Big Sticks bullpen. We've been seeing that since the top of the 6th. And we will see when that pitcher will come in. I have to imagine it'll be sometime in the near future, perhaps the top of the 7th. We will see. 2-1 count, and now look at that. Berg's going for second. He slides, and he's got it. Righty-tighty, he gets the right foot right on the second base bag, and the Big Sticks have a runner even closer to home plate once again. And Quade Peters now with a 2-2 count. A little bit more room to work with, and this also gives a little bit of extra motivation for a potential sac bunt or sac fly if he chooses to go that way. 3rd RBI would be very nice. Here's Quade. High swing. This one will be a fly ball into right field. Who wants it? Bringing it down and catching it. And now going over to third base. Troy Berg is going to make it in time. And he'll stay at third base, but he gets an extra bag. And Quade Peters unable to get an RBI, but he does advance the hitter even closer. Catch was made by Jack Naylor in foul territory. Sasquatch have an out, but the Big Sticks get a trade-off with a runner even close to scoring position. Joe Osborne, the next man up. 1 RBI tonight, and also a walk. The left fielder from Hickman, Nebraska. Cameron Murphy in need of a big strikeout. Swing and a miss. And Osborne's struggles at the plate continue. He has been able to make contact, but he hasn't had quite the direction that the Big Sticks would be hoping for. Still has plenty of time to change that. High arcing fastball. That'll give us a 1-1. Just past 8 o'clock Mountain Time here in Dickinson. And again, there were potential rumors of showers. This one is sent right into the glove of Murphy. He's going to go for third, and now going home, and that was a mistake. A big mistake from Cameron Murphy. You shouldn't have did that. The Big Sticks get a run with a 7-2 lead as Troy Berg has run number 2 on the night. That's an RBI single for Joe Osborne, his first hit of the night. Second RBI overall, first hit for Osborne, and the struggles we were just talking about, maybe a little overblown. Cooper Hill, the next man up. Big Sticks have a 7-2 lead. Hill, again, one of the few Big Sticks hitters tonight who doesn't have a run. But make no mistake about it, the infielder from Tyler, Texas is very, very determined. He'll swing and miss at this one. The 0-1 count. 75 miles per hour on that fastball pitch. The next pitch coming. Hill, the lefty, trying to crack this one towards right. Quick throw back to Naylor on the pickoff. This one grounded into the glove of Keegan Weston. And that will be a ball for a 1-1 count. Cooper Hill still stands pat. He's got a 1-1 count, 1 out. Could see another sac fly. Look for it to go to third base if that happens. It's not going to happen yet, as that will result in a 1-2 count. Strike delivered by Cameron Murphy. Cooper Hill this season in NJCAA had a .263 batting average, .449 slugging percentage, 28 hits, 44 runs, and a team-leading 33 RBIs. Trying to replicate that here with the Big Sticks. Played high school at Tyler Legacy. Originally committed to Houston, as this one is sent back to first base. At a ranking of number 252 in national shortstops. Number 30 in Texas. Not shortstop tonight, instead playing first base, but he's played it very effectively and of course had that SC top 10 catch earlier. But he's gonna get struck out. Cooper Hill heading back to the Big Sticks dugout. And he'll go away empty-handed, still has yet to find that first hit on the night. That is the second out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mr. Grand Slam, the RBI machine, Danny Rogers, next up to bat. And he's another player who surprisingly is looking for his first hit of the night as well. When you consider what he has been able to do thus far in this series, a very successful Game 1 and Game 2, it's been a bit odd to see him have a dry spell, but shows how quickly momentum can change. And a beautiful curve results in an 0-1 count. And you see Joe Osborne looking on intently. Look for him to steal base if the opportunity presents itself. Pretty big leadoff. This one down low, another curve ball for the 1-1 count. And this one brought down, a nice strike. Fastball for the 1-2. And this would be a big strikeout for Cameron Murphy if he could manage it. Would at least get him out of this bottom of the 6th inning. And the Sasquatch could mount some resistance. Already going to second base now. It might not end up mattering, it won't. The Spearfish Sasquatch locked down the bottom of the 6th, but a mistake made by the pitcher Cameron Murphy allowed Troy Berg to get to home plate for his 2nd run of the night. Big Sticks on top 7-2, trying to close this one out in the final 3 innings. We'll be right back with the top of the 7th when we return.
For working on your swing, learning the game of golf, watching a sporting event, or just relaxing and having a drink, the newly renovated Just Golf in Dickinson is just the ticket. Featuring a 4-site golf simulator and a great lounge area with beer, wine, and other drink options available. Just Golf is a great option for any get-together. Book a time online at justinglassnd.com or call us at 483-JUST. For a premium indoor golf experience, Just Golf is just what you need.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Welcome to the top of the 7th inning here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Badlands Big Sticks currently hold a 7-2 lead over the Spearfish Sasquatch. And needless to say, the team from South Dakota is in need of a big half inning to potentially put themselves back in position to have a chance at this game and at least getting something out of this series. And we know that this team is not a quitter by any sense of the imagination. A new pitcher is on the mound, though, for the Badlands Big Sticks, which could present some new challenges for Spearfish. We'll see how the Sasquatch handle that pressure. And the new pitcher on the mound for the Badlands Big Sticks is number 9, Kristen Castilla. His first action here in Dickinson, North Dakota. And he is a player that, again, is looking to prove himself in a big way in this game. He's got a big job tonight to potentially lock down a couple or maybe 3 innings, depending on how the coaches Cameron Guevara and Michael Cavini want to play this. Very solid effort for Kobe Krenz, the hometown hero for the Big Sticks. He had 5 total strikeouts on the night, and he managed to restrict the Spearfish Sasquatch to just 2 runs were scored in the bottom of the 4th. So the leadoff man will be number 5 on the Spearfish Sasquatch. Parker Bledgy has 1 RBI tonight. Going to show bunt here, and it quickly sails over the glove of the catcher, Isaac Huddle. So not the ideal first pitch for Kristen Castilla. Still has the time and a chance to turn it around. Freshman pitcher from Littleton, Colorado. Plays for Pima Community College. Same college as Brant Cagle. Went to high school at Valor Christian, which is where current Big Sticks head coach Jordan Price is from. Of course, Jordan will be joining the team later on in the season. He had an exit velocity of 93.8 miles per hour, incredibly fast. Shows you some of it right there, a beautiful interior breaking ball, results in a 2-1 count. Castilla will only be playing for the first half of the season for the Big Sticks, but it is great experience for him and helps the Big Sticks out tremendously. Another beauty of a breaking ball. Brings in the slider for the 2-2. And it doesn't take long for Castilla to find his wheelhouse. And he has a chance to put Parker Bledgy back into the dugout. He'll send this one right to center field, and that'll be a base hit. Parker Bledgy says, not so fast. I'll get the base hit, take it to go. So Parker Bledgy gets his first hit of the night. And Chaz Crook will follow him up from the shortstop position. And again, if the Sasquatch want any chance of winning this game, they've got to put together a very solid half inning. But in this same position in the 7th inning last night, the Big Sticks found themselves down by a score of 9-4, ended up coming back to win 10-9. Perhaps not too far-fetched to say that the Sasquatch could do something similar. It's a very hard thing to do, however, especially on the road. And if you're Spearfish, you almost don't want to look ahead to tomorrow's action, but it has to be weighing on your mind somewhat. The 1-0 count. That ball sent to the outside for the 2-0. Chaz Crook still looking for his first hit of the night for the Sasquatch. Trying to help out Spearfish in any way he can. As that one is delivered for a 3rd straight ball and a 3-0 count. Crook had a .375 batting average entering this game. 3 hits, 1 double, and 3 runs. And that was done in 8 at-bats. And he is going to get walked here. So the first at-bat for Kristen Castilla resulted in a hit, and the second one is going to result in a walk. So not the start he was looking for, but Chaz Crook is on base for the first time tonight, and he'll be followed up by the number 9 position of Keegan Weston, the catcher. And if you are the Spearfish Sasquatch, this is kind of what you were looking for to start off. You needed a consistent inning with putting runners on base, and maybe that big shot to send you where you need to be. The wind has largely died down here in Dickinson, so the potential for a homer has been vastly increased, especially compared to yesterday's game 2, where there was wind all over the place. Weston awaits. This one a high pitch, results in a 1-0 count. Big Sticks have not allowed a run since the top of the 4th inning. That was the last time this game was tied at 2-2. Closest this game has been besides 0-0. The Big Sticks have added 5 unanswered runs since then. And it really had all the momentum, as has kind of been the tempo of the series. 2-0 count now for Castilla. Here's Weston. And there's a nice strike for Castilla. Big Sticks still looking for their first out here in the top of the 7th. And if you're the Sasquatch, you get a bases loaded opportunity, and Luis Reyes, who already has a home run in this series, you might have something cooking in the kitchen. Bunt is going to be shown. And that is going to result in a 2-1. And a sac bunt could be possible, but you also have to consider that you only have so many more innings to work with, just 3 left for the Sasquatch to potentially tie this game. High fly ball into right field, and the Big Sticks should be able to come down with it. Oh, they cannot! A mistake! A missed opportunity. It is delivered to second base, but the Badlands Big Sticks crumble in right field. They can't make the catch. Bases are now loaded. A hit for Keegan Weston, what should have been a sac fly. And now Luis Reyes, who already has 2 hits on the night, had a solo home run shot in game 1, is up to bat. The missed chance on the catch by the right fielder, Danny Rogers. He played catcher last night, but he couldn't field that one properly. Seemingly just lost track of it. And this is when the Big Sticks have to be incredibly cautious, considering the situation. And now Coach Cameron Guevara is not going to let this go on any further. He's going to call timeout. And he is going to talk things over with his pitcher, Kristen Castilla. No pitching change will be coming as of yet. Castilla just entered here in this top of the 7th. Coming in relief of Kobe Krenz, who had 5 strikeouts and had restricted the Sasquatch to 6 scoreless frames outside of the 4th inning. And the Big Sticks have not really been in peril all game, but this is certainly not a situation that you want to find yourself in, especially this late in the going. But it's almost like the 7th inning has been the magic inning for both of these teams. If there is going to be a response, it's usually been at this point in time. Of course, game 1 was a blowout for the Big Sticks, a 12-4 win. Game 2 is much more of a grinded out affair. Had to find it late. And now the Big Sticks fan base coming alive. Sticks Nation letting their voice be heard. 1-0 count for Castilla. Here's the southpaw, the throw. And it results in a second straight ball and a 2-0. Luis Reyes with 2 hits tonight. No other player has been able to manage that on the Sasquatch. He'll foul this one back. First foul ball we've had in a bit. And that will clang off the roof. Results in a 2-1 count. And now Reyes has a little bit more wiggle room to work with if he wants to potentially launch one. He can afford another strike, but he needs to be dead on and at least score potentially a run for the Sasquatch. Another fly ball. This one will quickly go into the stands. Coming down, and it goes right off the concourse and out of play. Souvenir City for a fan. Second straight strike called, and a 2-2 count now for Luis Reyes. Does he have more contact in him? Can he score the Sasquatch a run, or maybe more? The 2-2 count, no outs. This one sent right into right field, coming down with the catch, and it is made a beauty. And that is exactly the out that the Big Sticks needed. Brought in by Alex Erlob. The second baseman able to bring it down. And the Sasquatch still remain with bases loaded, but they get a much needed out sent to the Big Sticks, and Jack Naylor, the first baseman, will be the next man up, and he does not have any hits tonight for Spearfish. But that might change. Heads right towards second base. Fielded. That'll be an out. Looking for number 2. They've got it. The double play. Fantastic fielding by the Badlands Big Sticks. They slam the door on the Spearfish Sasquatch once again. Here's another look. Taken by Balas Buckmaster. Throw to second. Then Erlob. He throws it over to first, and he gets the out. Fantastic ball movement. It would make the Boston Celtics proud. And once again, the Sasquatch are tonight. We'll be right back after the 7th inning stretch. Big Sticks looking to extend the lead.
Hi, I'm Robin Schwint, Marketing Manager at Consolidated, reminding you that when you come across a deal you think is pretty good, compare apples to apples. Sometimes when a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and you might get stuck in something that just doesn't work for you. At Consolidated, we will find the best internet, phone, or cable TV package for you, all backed by the reliability and service from over 100 local employees. Plus, if you find a better deal out there, apples to apples, we will meet or beat that price. That's our guarantee. Consolidated, reach the world from here.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Back here at DC B&T Ballpark, the Badlands Big Sticks denied the Spearfish Sasquatch in a huge way to end the top of the 7th. A fantastic double play, and despite having bases loaded with no outs, the Spearfish Sasquatch could not come away with a single run in that 7th inning. And now the Big Sticks have an opportunity for more insurance runs and to potentially put this game on ice here on May 25th. Big Sticks looking to improve to 3-0, keep themselves solidified at the top of this young ILB season. in pursuit of that first Independence League title, their first league title since 2019 when they were still a part of the Expedition League. And tonight, the Big Sticks have been more explosive than a supernova, and it has absolutely crushed the Spearfish Sasquatch, who just have not had any answers thus far. And they're going to have to pick up the pieces after this one, unless miracles occur in these last 2.5 innings. Cameron Murphy now at 60 pitches for the Spearfish Sasquatch, and off contend with Preston Jones, who had a hit in his last at-bat. Jones, the DH for tonight, from Trussville, Alabama, plays out of Kaiser University. He has a walk, a run, and a hit. And he wants hit number 2 right here. And he wants to put the Big Sticks in position. Swing and a miss. Preston Jones unable to make contact. We've seen a few of those tonight. Caught nothing but air. He's got a 0-1 count. This one a high pitch, almost at Jones' head. Collected for a 1-1. Jones now has 5 total hits on the season. Also has 5 runs combined with the last 2 games in today's game. This one sent towards third, just fouled. And that could have been big for him. Instead, it rolls just to the left, pulls a Scott Norwood, and we have a foul ball. 1-2 count. Jones will be followed by Isaac Huddle and Balas Buckmaster in the lineup. Huddle currently on deck. Swing and a miss. And he will strike out Preston Jones. He'll head back to the dugout empty-handed. Beautiful pitch here. Fastball right down the alley. Almost a cutter late. And it results in a quick out. And Isaac Huddle will be the next man up to bat. Huddle with 1 walk and 1 run tonight. And has done a fantastic job as the catcher as well. Hasn't let much get past him. And it has helped the Big Sticks tremendously. Now, how does Murphy handle the left-handed batter? We've seen him struggle with Isaac Huddle on different occasions. But he delivers the strike there for the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Sent right down the alley. And that results in a 1-1, too low. High pitch, and that will result in a ball for the 2-1. Sasquatch in desperate need to close out this half inning. With no runs allowed, currently no runners on base. Isaac Huddle looking for a big hit into the gap. He will foul this one just off the end of the bat, and we have a 2-2. Isaac Huddle awaiting this next pitch. Still looking for his first hit of the night. Not going to happen yet. That results in a ball. And we'll now have a full count of 3-2. So the payoff coming up for Isaac Huddle. Huddle with 2 hits overall thus far. Looking for hit number 3 on the season. He drives one high into left field. That will quickly be a foul ball. Can Spearfish chase it down in time? They cannot. It quickly goes out of play into the bounce house area. And a souvenir for a kid. So we'll stay at a full count with 1 out. And we've seen how Cameron Murphy has settled down more and more as this game has progressed forward. Continues to find his wheelhouse and shows what he's capable of. And it's good to see for him after he started off rough but he just delivered his second straight strikeout as Isaac Huddle is sent back to the dugout. First Jones, then Huddle. And that's 2 outs now for the Spearfish Sasquatch in the bottom of the 7th. Lost Buckmaster, the next man up. And we'll see what the Anchorage, Alaska native has in store. Lost with 1 run, 1 hit, and has been walked twice in this game by 2 different pitchers. Cameron Murphy, as well as the original first pitcher for the Spearfish Sasquatch, Julio Romero. 0-1 count with 2 outs. Sent right down the seam, and that results in yet another strike and an 0-2 count, and a chance for a 3rd strikeout in this half inning for Cameron Murphy, who has really found his way as this game has moved on after a 4-inning bottom of the 4th. Slider this time, that will result in a ball and a 1-2. But it just shows that some pitchers just need time to heat up a little bit to kind of find their rhythm. And he is a perfect example of that, and has only allowed 1 run since that 4th inning. Buckmaster fouls this one directly into the net. And that will keep us at a 1-2. Last year, the Big Sticks had 5 wins against the Spearfish Sasquatch in their first 5 matchups. As we'll see this one driven in for a ball. But the Sasquatch got the ultimate victory in that 3-game Great Plains Division Series. They ended up taking the victory against the Badlands Big Sticks, and we've talked so much about that motivation and what that game meant. And the Big Sticks, I'm sure it's been on their mind, even for the players who aren't returning, as that will result in a 3rd ball and we'll have another full count. But that kind of added motivation really tells you something about a team. When you take on a team that beat you last year in your place, how will you respond and what will you do to beat them? The Big Sticks have shown, and it seems as though they're finding their identity more and more. This one sent high into right field, and that will result in a catch. Brought in by the Sasquatch, and that will result in a 3rd out. So 1, 2, 3, he knocks them all down, does Cameron Murphy, and we remain at 7-2. Top of the 8th coming up. The Sasquatch last breath potentially coming up.
My car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Badlands Big Sticks now just 2 innings away from closing out a 3rd straight victory against the Spearfish Sasquatch and advancing to 3-0 on the season here in the Independence League. The ILB looks to be a very exciting league this year. A lot of potentially unique teams. The Fremont Moo, another team that's 2-0, the only other 2-0 team in the conference right now. They have so far taken care of business against the Hastings Sodbusters, including a walk-off home run last night in their first home game. They've got a chance to join the Big Sticks in those ranks. The Hawaii Zap currently 0-2 as well. Played against the Nebraska Prospects and haven't had much success. This one sent to right field, should be into foul territory. It settles down just before the Big Sticks can catch up to it. Would have been a quick out, but instead it doesn't work out. And the Sasquatch will stave off a potential out for at least a little bit longer. DJ Van Atten back up to bat from the number 3 spot for the Sasquatch. Still searching for his first hit of the night. He's got no one count here in the top of the 8th. Kristen Castilla still pitching for the Big Sticks. This one high and away, and that results in a ball for a 1-1. This one fouled off towards the Big Sticks dugout and off the netting. And that will bring us to the 1-2. No outs here in the top of the 8th. Van Atten still searching for that first hit. He'll drive this one again to right field. Nothing doing. It goes quickly out of play. Another foul. And we'll stay at 1-2.
That foul ball brought to you by Western Denton Legend Auto Body. Got a hood ding from that foul ball? Better call Western Denton Legend Auto Body.
Van Atten had 8 at-bats coming into this game, but just 0 hits and 1 RBI. This one goes to the outside from Castilla. That brings us to 2-2. Van Atten and the Sasquatch in general in need of a big hit here late. Had bases loaded with no outs in the top of the 7th and couldn't capitalize. And it almost seemed as though that was their chance to potentially stage a comeback. They couldn't take advantage. The Big Sticks got a quick out and then a double play that closed out the half inning. Sasquatch with their last gasp. This one sent over towards left field. A diving attempt to catch it. Now going over to first. It's not going to make it in time. Base hit for DJ Van Atten, his first of the year, and he says, "Thank you much. I'll take that." Christian Soto will be the next man up to bat for Spearfish. And if you're going to start the comeback, that's a good way to do it. A long extended at-bat. He gets the payoff pitch, and he gets the base hit. Christian Soto, a man with 1 hit and 1 run in the game, is up next. A very solid player as well for Spearfish thus far on the year. 7 at-bats, 1 hit and 1 RBI. Doesn't have the batting average to light up the boards, 143 batting average, but it's not to diminish what he's been able to do for the Sasquatch on many occasions. But Spearfish currently on pace for their least amount of runs in a game thus far. This one over towards third. Great fielding. Over to second. Do we have another double play? Yes, sir! Again, the Badlands Big Sticks infielding will not let Spearfish pass. Here's the ball fielded by the third baseman. Over to second. Over to Erlob. And then right over to Cooper. Takes care of business. And the Badlands Big Sticks get another double play. Spearfish again finds themselves with 2 outs. This one a winding slider. Daniel Thiessen back up to bat. He's got a 1-0 count. That double play again just kind of highlights the kind of night it's been for Spearfish. They've been able to make contact. They've driven a few hits into the infield and even into the outfield, but they just haven't had the clearance, haven't had the positioning, and really haven't had the luck you need to take a game like this. Castillo with the 2-0, swing and a miss. Thiessen catches nothing but air, and now it's a 2-1. And Castillo wants a strikeout. 2 strikes away from closing out the top of the 8th inning and sending us into the bottom. This one fouled into the net. And this Big Sticks fan base, they've been cheering all week long, Tuesday, Wednesday, and now here on Thursday. And you got to imagine that they have loved what they have seen from the Big Sticks night in and night out, playing some great baseball to start out the year. As that one is brought in for a strike and a 2-2, and now they're going to call it a ball. It's going to be a full count. So now a 3-2. Payoff pitch coming for Daniel Thiessen. Sasquatch looking for a sign of life. Here's Thiessen. Swing, miss, strikeout. And again, Kristen Garcia takes care of business with a K. There's that beautiful curveball right down the alley. And the Badlands Big Sticks now stand just one more great pitching away from potentially taking this game in the top of the ninth. We'll be right back. Bottom of the eighth action coming up.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Okay, don't move. I've done this before.
My turn. In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Bottom of the eighth inning action coming up. Cameron Murphy has seemingly gone off the mound for the Spearfish Sasquatch. New pitcher in. We'll get to that momentarily. But obviously this in the best interest of Spearfish if they want any chance of potentially taking this game. Using the bullpen to their advantage, it's Kobe Garrell back out for the second night in a row for the Sasquatch. He's been in previously in this series for Spearfish. And we saw that Cameron Murphy was getting up there in the pitch count, so you understand the reasoning behind this. Big Sticks already up by 5 runs. And they've kind of been just sitting on this lead since they were able to score 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Spearfish just hasn't been able to draw it anywhere close. They've been held scoreless in every single inning except for the top of the 4th. Alex Erlob coming up for the Big Sticks. Insurance runs potentially on the horizon. Currently 8-9-1, up to bat in the near future for the Badlands Big Sticks. Here comes the bottom of the 8th. This one swung towards second base. Caught, going back to first, and another out for the Spearfish Sasquatch, and Alex Erlob's potential second hit goes awry. Quick out for Spearfish, and they need to be quick here. You do not want the Big Sticks to get any more momentum, get this crowd any more revved up. And the way to do that is to keep the Big Sticks off the bag. Quick out, and Troy Berg is the next man up for Badlands. Berg already with 1 hit, 2 runs, and 1 walk. One of his best games that he's played since he got to Dickinson. And he has a chance to add to that right here. Cranks this one in between first and second, coming down to it, coming to first, underhands it, and he gets the out. And great pursuit by Luis Reyes, sends it over to Jack Naylor, and the Sasquatch get the out. That's number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th, and they are quickly taking care of business. So now we go back to the top of the lineup with Quade Peters, who besides his home run has been relatively quiet. He hasn't managed a single other hit besides that, besides one that he had later on towards the bottom of the 6th inning. He's got 1 home run, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and 1 run tonight, but he might have an argument for being the player of the game yet again for the Big Sticks. Time will tell on that one, but his 2-run homer has definitely lit this place up, but it was really the response of this team in the bottom of the 4th that has allowed them to sustain this lead. The game was actually tied 2-2 after the Peters homer, but the team didn't falter. This one sent in on the slider, results in a 2-1. And Peters awaiting again Colby Garrell's next pitch. This one bobbled off of the glove of Keegan Weston. No runners on base, fortunately, for the Sasquatch. Colby Garrell only had .2 innings pitched with 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk in his last outing, so relatively fresh for Spearfish. Speaking, but here it comes into right field. That's going to be another base hit for Quade Peters. He wants more. He wants second. He's got the wheels. He's going to keep going. How about a triple? Quade Peters cannot be stopped. A triple for Quade Peters. Cranked that one like Bob the Builder's hammer right into right field. And just when the Sasquatch thought they were home free, it's not quite that easy. Quade Peters responds, his third hit of the night. And he keeps the Big Sticks bottom of the 8th play alive. Joe Osborne to follow up. Swing and a miss for Osborne, who's been struck out a number of times in this game. He does have 1 hit, also 2 RBIs, which he had in 1 hit in the bottom of the 4th. Puts him relatively on par with Quade Peters in that sense. Peters ready to pounce if something gets past the catcher, Keegan Weston. This one's sent into foul territory towards the Big Sticks dugout. And now an 0-2 count. 2 outs. We saw Peters steal home plate after a wild pitch last night in the bottom of the 7th. Ended up tying the game, and it might happen again. Deja vu! He gets another run at home plate after a wild pitch, and the Big Sticks extend the lead to 8-2, and that was thanks to the triple that he mustered. So now 2 runs on the night for Quade Peters. 1 triple, 1 home run, and 3 hits. And that isn't even mentioning the 2 RBIs. A fantastic night for him. Another chance for Osborne, but now with no runners on base and a 2-2 count. Eight to 2, Big Sticks lead off the insurance run. This one, another wild pitch. And that's the 3rd one we've seen here in the bottom of the 8th. And we'll stay at a full count with 2 outs. Joe Osborne looking for some redemption right here. 3-2. Cranks this one for a foul ball, and it quickly goes into the parking lot and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Elite PT. Did that foul ball hit you? Better head over to Elite PT and get yourself...
Here's the payoff for Osborne once again. Swing and a miss. Osborne gets struck out, and that ends the bottom of the 8th. But Quade Peters uses his Barry Allen speed to get around the bases, and the Badlands Big Sticks capitalize off a wild pitch to get to home plate for an 8-2 lead. We'll be right back with the top of the 9th. Big Sticks looking for the series sweep.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity. It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency.
Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Back once again to Dickinson, North Dakota. The Badlands Big Sticks on the verge of closing out the series against the Spearfish Sasquatch. Looking for a 3-0 start to the year. Looks as though Kristen Castilla is going to stay in for the Badlands Big Sticks. We saw Kyler Beekman, who pitched the last 2 times in this situation for Badlands. In games 1 and 2, he helped close it out. He's had 2 innings pitched, but obviously, perhaps in the team's best interest to save him for the potential Oahe Zap series, which starts tomorrow. You can catch that on Mixlr, as we'll be taking this show on the road with the Badlands Big Sticks broadcast. And catch the next home series here on Mixlr and Consolidated Channel 18. So next up, Trey Vorwald as the Spearfish Sasquatch look for any last vestige of hope. Strike delivered by Castilla. Forwald does have 1 RBI and 1 hit on the night. He came in with virtually nothing thus far on the season. Has improved on that. This one a high pitch to the outside, and that results in a 1-1 count. Fans can feel it coming here at DCB&T Ballpark. Potential series sweep coming up soon. Another strike for Castilla, and a 1-2. And it's been a frustrating night for these Sasquatch bats. Haven't been able to manage to find the secret formula. And they're going to get another swing, another miss, another strikeout. Trey Vorwald is sent back to the dugout, empty-handed and hungry.
Next up, third baseman number 5.
The K for Kristen Castilla, and Parker Bledgy will be back up to bat for Spearfish. 1 quick out, looking for number 2. Big Sticks now just 2 outs away from clinching the series sweep here at home. High pitch brought down by Isaac Huddle. Results in a 1-0 count. No runners on base. Well to the outside. That one almost looked like it just slipped out of his hand. It's like he just put his hand in the dish container and lost the slip of the ball. 2-0 count. And that one sent in. Looked like it could have been a strike, not ruled by the home plate umpire. Instead, it's a ball, the 3rd straight. And now a 3-0 count. A little bit more wiggle room for Bledgy to work with. Looking for hit number 2 on the night. But instead, he's going to get walked for the first time tonight. And the Sasquatch get a free trip over to first base. And they have a chance to potentially at least start something. But only 2 more outs to work with is Chaz Crook, who's also looking for his first hit of the night. Comes up to the plate. Big swing, that'll quickly be fouled, and it goes out of the ballpark. So we'll stay with an 0-1 count and look to see how aggressive Bledgy will be at trying to steal base. Castilla checks it back, swung over to second base. Easy out coming up, looking for the double play. It's not going to happen this time. Instead, it's a wild throw, and that will keep Chaz Crook safe at first base for the hit. However, the Big Sticks do get out number 2 and now stand just 1 away from clinching this series sweep with Keegan Weston, the next man up to bat. Weston is going to have to show what he's got, and quickly. Brought in for a strike and an 0-1 count. Castilla now just 2 strikes away from ending this game. Weston with 1 hit on the night. He sends one high into right field towards the foul territory. And he comes down with it. The Badlands Big Sticks clinch the series sweep with some fantastic fielding, fantastic hitting, and fantastic pitching. An all-around team performance in all 3 games. And the Big Sticks have clinched it here at home. And yes, get out the brooms because you just got the sweep, Big Sticks. Badlands will go into Pierre, South Dakota with a 3-0 record. They are atop the ILB and are in position to make a run at a first half clinching playoff spot. We'll see if they can keep that pace going, but it has been a sensational series for them, for the Spearfish Sasquatch. A lot to work on, but some positives to take away as they head back to Spearfish for their next series. We will be right back after this break to close things out from Dickinson, North Dakota. Don't go anywhere.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Stick seal an 8-2 victory over the Spearfish Sasquatch here in Dickinson. And they have clinched the series sweep over the Sasquatch and now have an opportunity to carry that momentum into the rest of the season. A 3-0 start for the Big Sticks, an 0-3 start for the Sasquatch. And a lot of players on the Big Stick side that we could give credit to, but for tonight's player of the game, they have one for the field as well. But for here on the broadcast, I'm going to name Quade Peters. 1 home run, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and 1 triple tonight. Helped the Big Sticks to a fantastic win, and he's been very solid all series. Game 2 and Game 3, player of the game honors for Quade Peters, and he continues to be a true MVP for this squad. An 8-2 win, a dominant performance, and especially a dominant bottom of the fourth. They added 4 runs and never looked back. Big Sticks able to claim victory. We'll be back here on Consolidated Channel 18 on Tuesday for the next series against the Oahe Zap. For those of you watching on Mixer, we'll be right back tomorrow on the road as the Big Sticks travel to Pierre to play the Oahe Zap on the road before their home series. So for our entire incredible crew, I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember to always have an electric night. We'll see you next time.